up until, I would say, recently, as in the past 5 years or so, there's been very limited human contact with the different interdimensional ET star people, um, at large. Okay, so when I say star people, there are thousands, if not, there's hundreds of thousands of ET races, extraterrestrial, interdimensional, star people races that are engaging with the nesting doll of consciousness of this realm. Okay, and for many thousands of years, the ones that navigated that interaction were our seers, our shaman, our priest kings, our ruling elite sorcerers. And believe it or not, sorcerers have been the rulers of this realm for more than 50,000 years. This is something that a lot of people don't realize. This is why a lot of ancient civilizations had priest kings. Okay, is because they were creating for their realm from the god realms. Okay, what we are referring to as god realms. So this is an important thing to be aware of. So all these, up until recently, these were the beings that were interacting. These were the beings that, let's say, were the human representatives in the exopolitical arena. But then you've had some interesting interactions take place via the Zeta Reticuli and some aggressive reptilian races and some other races. I'll say Nordics and other beings. Pleiadians. Pleiadians have been very, very active in humanity for a long time. They've never really stepped back. And then you have, Syrian engagement. These, anyway, they're, the exopolitical arena is vast, and primarily the ones that navigated that arena for humanity were these ruling class sorcerers, let's call them, okay? And that would include indigenous shaman, stuff like this into that. But then there was this Zeta Reticuli initiative, this Ant People initiative, and other beings that were engaging the mainstream human. And some of the stories are of Eisenhower and the Venusians, and their stories of UFO, what do you call it? Reclamations, and then technologies were given to the governments. And this is where our governing parties started to get involved in these interdimensional realms. And they really did some crappy things in the beginning. But now there are factions of this planet of humans that have cultivated the capability to understand these realms in a much faster way. And they are now also joining the League of Representatives in the exopolitical arena. Okay. I'm saying this because this is another reason why you really need to start engaging your dream levels so you have a voice in this arena as well. Okay? Each of us have this capacity. We all have this capacity. We just need to prioritize it and really take seriously the fact that the spiritual realm, this realm is based on spiritual principles. The principles of the unseen realm is based off of you know these ideas that we have that's in the spiritual world. There are unseen beings. Sound creates morphic fields. Okay, the human body is a hyperdimensional biosuit that is beautifully, perfectly made to engage this reality as one who creates from these realms, okay, from the cosmic, directly from cosmic source, we have this capacity. But this enslavement envelope that we're in has blinded humanity over a very long period of time. So it takes some work to unlearn all these things ancestrally and beyond. So, we have the certain government factions, we have these different sorcerers, seer, shaman, stuff like this that are engaging in these levels. And we we need to understand that they have their agendas. And are their agendas in alignment with the proliferation of abundance and peace for all of humanity? Okay. I'm going to say the elders of indigenous lineages, they definitely have that, because I know that because we experience them being held by those energies, and it's very sweet, very compassionate. But there are others also engaging on these realms, and what their agenda is doesn't feel like it's necessarily for the betterment of humanity. It feels like they want to have influence, and they seek out humans that have this capacity and get them into agreements. So they're limited to what kind of influence they can implement. Okay. So imagine what would happen if you, me, and all of us here decide to be our own representatives in these realms. Okay. What would you bring forward? What would be the legacy you want to leave for your children and grandchildren? Okay. That is something, that's a grassroots movement into real change. All of us stepping into our capacity to retake the what is blueprinting this reality, to retake command of dreaming the world into being. Okay. Once we do that, we do not need the technologies of certain exospecies. We do not need to come into agreement with other beings to get their, to get their know-how. So that could be their 0 point technology. We don't need that because we can bring forward our own. We don't need medbed technology because we could bring forward our own. We don't need, the different treaties and stuff that say that we're aligned with this faction or that faction, because we are sovereign in our own right. You see, I'm just like cutting through all of those narratives in a disclosure movement. Whew, we have that capacity. And I feel like this is really what waking up to who we really are is about, is reclaiming that capacity. This goes far beyond the realm of 4D, folks. This goes far beyond the whole idea of the old ideas of self-realization. We have the capacity, now that the Pachamama is fully healed from the catastrophe that happened during the, what we refer to the flood or the fall of Atlantis. We have the capacity to come online in such a way where this becomes a free zone for the cosmic mother to express her fullness. We can truly become an open source code cosmic library for all life to come and study, to come and um, create with. Okay. Open source code means that no being has dominion, no being has control